These are top 25 Spider-Man movie moments that broke the internet. Also, become a member to watch our videos first. I remember sitting in the theatre back in 2012 feeling a bit cynical about a reboot so soon, but then this sequence happened. Peter is injured, bleeding out, and the blue-collar workers of New York line up their cranes to give him a clear path to the Oscorp Tower. It's a grounded, tactile moment that reminds you that Spidey isn't just a guy in spandex, he's the city's favourite son. The music swells, the physics feel heavy, and for a second you actually believe a kid from Queens could fly. It's a bit sentimental, sure, but it captures that communal New York spirit that the Raimi films pioneered, a solid, earned bit of heroism. Out of all of the portal entrances, Peter's return hits the hardest. We've endured 5 years of in-universe misery, so watching him swing through that glowing ring feels like catching your breath after nearly drowning.
I lost the kid. Tony, we lost.
But the real emotional payload is the quiet moment amid the apocalypse. When Tony wraps his arms around the kid, dispensing with all of his usual snark and emotional armor, it's a beautifully human beat. I appreciate that we even got a brief glimpse of Spidey's God mode as he activates the instant kill function right before this, a chaotic flurry of lethal combat choreography that makes the sudden, tender embrace feel even more vital. It's a perfect sliver of vulnerability and an overwhelming cinematic climax.
Holy cow!
Tom Holland's debut solo outing had a lot to prove, and the ferry sequence is where it finally felt like he'd arrived. Seeing Peter desperately trying to hold a literal ship together with nothing but webbing and raw willpower is peak Spider-Man. It's a visual metaphor for his entire life, trying to keep everything from splitting apart while being completely out of his depth. I love the contrast when Iron Man shows up to clean up the mess. It highlights Peter's youth and his terrifyingly high stakes. He's not a god, he's just a kid trying his best, and watching him fail and then learn is why we show up.
Peter, what's going on?
I know this isn't real.
Do you though?
MJ!
Usually I'm the first to complain about CGI vomit, but this sequence was something else. It was a hallucinatory nightmare that finally used the medium of film to capture the sheer psychological trickery of Mysterio. Seeing a zombified Iron Man crawling out of the grave was a genuine holy shit moment that lit up social media for weeks. It's disorienting, creative, and genuinely creepy. I appreciate when a director takes the gloves off and shows us just how vulnerable a hero's mind can be. It wasn't just a fight, it was a sensory assault that proved Spidey's greatest threats aren't always physical.
But for what it's worth, Peter, I really am sorry.
Look, Spider-Man 3 is a chaotic disaster of a film, bloated with more villains than it knew what to do with. But amidst the emo dancing and the sand glop, there's a genuine emotional core in the redemption of Harry Osborn. When he flies in to save Peter from Venom and Sandman, it's the culmination of a 3-movie arc about friendship and legacy. I've always found his death scene surprisingly poignant. He doesn't die for a cause or a kingdom, he dies for his best friend. It's a rare moment of quiet dignity in a movie that usually feels like it's screaming at you for 2 hours straight.
That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith.
What's up, danger?
Animation often gets sidelined as kid stuff, but this moment is pure cinematic poetry. Miles Morales finally embracing his identity, diving off a skyscraper while the world literally turns upside down, is one of the most visually stunning things I've ever seen. The What's Up Danger track hitting at just the right moment sends shivers down your spine every single time. It's a sequence that feels like a comic book movie coming to life in the best possible way. I love the confidence of it. It's not just a hero getting his powers, it's a young man finding his soul in a world of infinite possibilities.
Shazam! Go! Go! Go, Web, go!
We take it for granted now, but in 2002, seeing a man swing through the canyons of New York City in broad daylight was a revelation. It was the moment superhero movies finally arrived for the modern era. I still get a kick out of Peter's pure, infectious joy as he tests out his new abilities, crashing into billboards and shouting into the wind.
Tally-ho.
It's messy, it's clumsy, and it's perfect. It captured the wish fulfillment aspect of the character that resonates with every kid who ever felt like a loser. This wasn't just a VFX demo, it was the birth of a legend.
I bet you were glad when your old pal Spiderman showed up in the elevator, though.
Yeah, well, I actually didn't go up. I saw it off on the ground.
Good old Spiderman.
Dad, light.
You don't always need a giant fight to create tension. Sometimes you just need two guys in a car and a green traffic light. Michael Keaton is terrifying here, slowly piecing together Peter's identity while maintaining the facade of a protective father.
Does she know?
Know what?
So she does it. Good. Close to the vest. I admire that.
The way the light reflects off his eyes as he delivers that good old Spider-Man line is chilling. It's a brilliant subversion of the typical hero-villain dynamic. I remember the collective gasp in the theater when the door opened and Toombs walked out. It's a grounded, high-stakes moment that proves the best drama comes from the characters, not the costumes.
Now, you go on in there, you show my daughter a good time, okay? Just not too good.
You have a knack for getting in trouble.
You have a knack for saving my life. I think I have a superhero stalker.
I was in the neighborhood.
It's been parodied 1,000 times, but you can't deny the cultural impact of this scene. The rain, the mask, the vulnerability, it's an image that defined a decade of pop culture. It's a bit cheesy by today's standards, sure, but it captured a romantic grandiosity that most modern superhero movies are too afraid to touch. I appreciate that it wasn't just about the action, it was about the impossible longing of Peter Parker's life. He can save the girl, but he can't truly be with her. It's a bittersweet, iconic moment that proved Spider-Man was a hero for the heart as much as the eyes. When Peter is falling through the atmosphere and Tony Stark deploys the 17A suit, it was a dream come true for comic fans.
Unlock 17A.
Seeing those mechanical legs sprout out for the first time was a total internet-breaking moment. It gave Spidey a technological edge that felt earned through his relationship with Stark. I liked the tactical versatility it brought to the Titan fight, but more than that, it felt like Peter was finally being inducted into the big leagues. It's a flashy, high-octane gear-up that signaled the stakes had officially left the neighborhood and headed for the stars.
Oh my god! I should have stayed on the bus.
I'm still not over this one. We all knew Gwen's fate from the comics, but seeing it play out with such visceral, heartbreaking detail was a gut punch. The slow-motion web reaching out like a desperate hand, the sound of the snap, and Peter's agonizing realization. It's genuinely dark for a blockbuster. Andrew Garfield's performance here is spectacular. You can see the light leave his eyes. It's a haunting reminder that being Spider-Man isn't just about winning, it's about what you lose along the way. A tragic, beautiful sequence that still sparks heated discussions about the cost of heroism.
Stay with me, stay with me. Stay with me, stay with me. You stay with me.
I missed him a lot today.
I know.
Sometimes the most powerful thing a hero can do is just sit on a bench and mourn. This scene between Peter and Aunt May is the emotional spine of the entire franchise. When Peter talks about Uncle Ben, it's not about vengeance, it's about the void left behind by a good man.
I can't help thinking about the last thing I said to him. He tried to tell me something important, and I threw it in his face.
It's a quiet, reflective moment that grounds the fantastical elements of the movie in universal grief. I've always admired how Sam Raimi let these scenes breathe. It reminds us that Peter's struggle isn't just with Doc Ock, it's with the everyday burden of being a decent person in a difficult world.
How you were meant for great things. You won't disappoint him.
Hey, please! I'm down here! I'm down here! I'm stuck! I'm stuck! I can't move! I can't...
This is a direct lift from one of the most famous comic panels in history, and they nailed the execution. Trapped under tons of concrete, crying for help, Peter realizes that the suit doesn't make the hero, he does. Watching him summon the strength to lift that weight while seeing his own reflection in a puddle is a defining character moment. It's the transition from Stark's intern to Spider-Man.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it.
I love that they let him be scared and vulnerable before he finds his grit. It's a triumphant, hard-earned victory that resonates because we've seen him at his absolute lowest.
Come on, Spider-Man.
You came.
Despite the movie's flaws, the final battle where Peter and Harry fight side by side is surprisingly satisfying. It's the payoff to years of tension, seeing the two sons of New York finally on the same team. The choreography is inventive, using Harry's tech and Peter's agility in tandem.
Give me your hand!
There's a certain tragic irony to it, knowing that this reconciliation comes at the cost of Harry's life. It's a big operatic moment that feels like the end of an era. I've always had a soft spot for this sequence because, for a few minutes, it recaptures the heart of what made the trilogy great.
Go, buddy! Get her!
All right, I've run out of patience. On to ruse!
The trailer for this movie practically stopped the world for a day. Seeing Spider-Man flip into frame, steal Cap's shield, and deliver that pitch-perfect, awkward greeting was the moment we knew the character was finally home.
Captain? Big fan of Spider-Man?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Just,
Hey, everyone.
good job.
It was the ultimate fan service that actually worked. Tom Holland's youthful energy was such a breath of fresh air compared to the brooding Avengers. It was a simple entrance, but the implications were massive. It proved that the MCU could handle Spidey, and it set the stage for everything that followed. A genuine landmark moment in cinematic history.
You got hard, kid. Where you from?
Queens?
Brooklyn.
If there's a perfect action sequence in the genre, this might be it. The battle with Doc Ock on the moving subway is a masterclass in pacing, stakes, and the creative use of space. But it's the aftermath, Peter using every ounce of his strength to stop the train. And the passengers carrying his limp body to safety, that makes it legendary. Seeing the city protect him for once is a beautiful touch. I love the guy who says, he's just a kid. It's a powerful, earnest moment that reminds us why we love this character. He's the hero who gives everything, and the city knows it.
He's just a kid. No older than my son.
It's good to have you back, Spider-Man.
Do you want to play games?
Catch!
Dropping Alfred Molina's legendary villain onto a crowded highway could have been a cheap nostalgia play, but this bridge confrontation is genuinely thrilling. I love the mounting tension as the mechanical tentacles rip through the asphalt. When Peter finally suits up, we get a brutal, desperate skirmish rather than a clean superhero bout.
Should have killed your little girlfriend when I had the chance.
What did you just say?
The Iron Spider armor gets put through its paces, but what really sells the scene is the sheer terror in Peter's eyes when Otto realizes he's fighting a stranger. It's a grounded, terrifying collision of two entirely different cinematic universes.
I underestimated you. But now you die. You're not Peter Parker.
I am so confused right now.
The choreography is relentless, making every car thrown feel like a lethal threat. A beautifully executed sequence that sets a dark, urgent tone for the multiversal chaos.
Hey! Until you stop trying to kill me, I'm in control, buddy.
I didn't want this. But I had no choice.
We always have a choice. You had a choice when you killed my uncle.
In a genre defined by punching things until they explode, having the climax of a movie be an act of forgiveness is radical. Peter letting go of his hate for Flint Marko and acknowledging the complexity of his uncle's death is a profound moment of growth.
Then I saw my partner running over with the cash, and the gun was in my hand.
It's the final step in his journey toward being a true hero. I've always appreciated the visual of Sandman literally blowing away in the wind, finally at peace. It's a quiet, poetic end to a loud movie, and it remains one of the most mature resolutions in any superhero film. Sometimes, the biggest victory is just letting go.
The only thing left to me now is my daughter.
I forgive you.
After the multiversal chaos and the heartbreaking losses, we're left with Peter Parker in a tiny, crappy apartment sewing his own suit. He's lost his friends, his family, and his identity. But he's still going out to protect the city. The final swing through a snowy New York wearing a classic comic-accurate suit is a poignant reset for the character. It felt like the ending of a very long prologue. I loved the simplicity of it. He's finally the lone, struggling Spider-Man we know from the comics. It's a bittersweet, hopeful note that feels like a true homecoming.
Come on, Peter Tingle.
The final showdown with Mysterio, where Peter has to fully trust his spider sense to navigate a corridor of drones and illusions, is spectacular. It's a pure showcase of his unique powers, stripped of gadgets and external help. The way he closes his eyes and moves with fluid, instinctive grace is a great visual representation of the Zone. I've always found it incredibly satisfying to see Peter finally master his abilities after doubting them for the whole film. It's a high-energy, focused sequence that proves he doesn't need a billionaire's tech to be a hero, he just needs to listen to his own instincts.
Everywhere you go, you're an anomaly! You're the original anomaly!
The chase sequence through the Spider Society is a dizzying creative explosion of different art styles and kinetic energy, but the core of it, the philosophical clash between Miles and Miguel O'Hara, is what makes it compelling. Miguel isn't a villain in the traditional sense, he's a man trying to save the universe through cold, hard logic.
The spider that gave you your powers wasn't from your dimension! There's a world out there with no Spider-Man to protect them because it bit you instead. No. You're not supposed to be Spider-Man!
Miles' refusal to accept that his father has to die is the ultimate Spider-Man move. I loved the intensity of their fight on top of the moving train. It's a high-stakes, emotional confrontation that challenges everything we know about the character's destiny.
Everyone keeps telling me how my story is supposed to go. Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
This one was a massive shocker. Killing off Aunt May is a huge departure from the status quo, and the way they did it was brutal. Marissa Tomei gets to deliver the iconic great power line, passing the torch to Peter in her final moments.
You have power, and with great power there must also come great responsibility.
The scene in the rain, where Peter is broken and bleeding, trying to process his loss while the world watches, is devastating. It's the moment Tom Holland's Peter finally understands the true cost of his life. I've seen some intense debates on Reddit about this, but for me, it was the emotional anchor the movie needed.
May, what are you doing? May, please, will you just wake up and talk to me, please?
Redemption is a powerful thing, and this moment was the ultimate payoff for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. When he catches MJ as she falls, mirroring the tragedy that he couldn't prevent in his own universe. The look on his face says everything. He didn't just save a girl, he saved a part of his own soul. I remember the theater erupting in cheers, and then falling into a stunned silence as he started to tear up. It's a beautiful meta-commentary on his tenure as the character and a reminder that every version of Spider-Man carries a heavy burden of what-ifs.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
This was the moment that truly broke the internet. Seeing Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland all on screen together, striking their iconic poses before charging into battle, was the ultimate cinematic high. It's the kind of thing we used to only see in fan-made Photoshop edits. I loved the chemistry between them, the way they bonded over their shared trauma and weird powers.
My Uncle Ben was killed. It was my fault.
I lost Gwen. She was my MJ.
It wasn't just a gimmick. It felt like a genuine celebration of the character's legacy. It's a massive, joyous piece of fan service that managed to have a real heart.
Right, I gotta find Ned and MJ. Thank you.
Is that him?
Yeah, it has to be.
Peter!
Hey, Peter!
Peter!
Yeah.
The build-up was insane. The leaks, the rumors, the denials, it all led to this.
I want to, there's a photo going around on the internet of you and Tobey Maguire on the set of Spider-Man. The new Spider-Man movie. And I was like, wow.
I'm not sure about that.
When Ned opens a portal and Andrew Garfield steps through, followed shortly by Tobey Maguire, it was a cultural event.
Hey. Hi. No, it's okay. I'm a nice guy.
I've never heard a crowd react like that. It wasn't just about seeing old actors, it was about the validation of decades of fandom. Seeing Tobey, the guy who started it all, walk into a modern MCU kitchen was surreal and wonderful.
Great, it's just some random guy.
Hello?
It's a moment that shouldn't have worked, but through sheer charm and nostalgia, it became the defining Spider-Man moment for a generation. Simply legendary.
Peter!
Yeah? Oh, sorry.
Did you mean that?
Or
Peter.
we're all called Peter, Peter.
Peter Parker?
Same again, we're all Peter Parker.
Hope you liked the video, so please subscribe to the TV Regent and become a member for early access to new videos.